I started my career with the multinational company Unilever in the UK. And there I worked on a group of compounds called disulfides, which were used as food flavours. Interestingly, at high doses, these compounds were poisonous, and they were poisonous because they generate free radicals. Anyway, in 1979, I left Unilever and came here to work at Ruakura on facial eczema, which is a really horrible disease of farm animals. We can see here a sheep with facial eczema, and you can see those facial lesions, which are actually caused by liver damage through a toxin that grows in pasture called sporidesmin. Now, the interesting thing was that sporidesmin, like those food flavours, is a disulfide. And like those food flavours, it produces free radicals. And I believe it's the free radicals that are responsible for the liver damage that results in these facial lesions. Anyway, we knew that zinc protected against facial eczema, and zinc inhibits free radical production from sporidesmin. Ideally, you should give zinc every day throughout the whole of the facial eczema season, which is up to 3 months long. And of course, this is not practicable for most farmers. What they needed was a controlled release device to give zinc to the animals every day. And so I started working on a controlled release device, started off with complicated ideas, and then coming down to something that was really simple, which is this. And this is just a core of zinc oxide with a binding agent and a wax coat. And when given to a ruminant animal, it just stays in the rumen and gradually erodes over a 6-week period. And you can see this in these X-ray photographs. This is a bolus just after it's been put into the animal. After 2 weeks, you can see it gets smaller. And after 4 weeks, it's very small indeed. After 6 weeks, it disappears completely. So this, in theory, should give 6 weeks protection. But of course, we had to show that this was the case. And we measured the liver damage caused by sporidesmin by measuring levels of an enzyme called GGT. And this is proportional to the liver damage that's caused by sporidesmin. And we saw in the control group with no bolus, nothing much happening for 3 weeks. But then things got really quite hot, and these animals suffered quite severe facial eczema. The animals with the bolus, nothing again for 3 weeks. And of course, at this point, it got exciting because what was going to happen after 3 weeks? The answer was, it was really good. This was great. This was really good. Great celebrations at this point. We had something that really worked. We then, in collaboration with our colleagues at the Engineering Development Group at Hort Research, devised methods for making these in large quantities. And now there are hundreds of thousands of these boluses sold each year. Now, I'd have to say that all these things have been a huge amount of fun, and we are lucky as scientists to have so much fun. But of course, people think that we have fun through science to the exclusion of other things which are pleasurable, which of course is quite untrue. But then there is the story of the Ruakura scientist who went home very late one night, and his wife was waiting for him, saying, "Where have you been? Look at the time. After midnight. What have you been up to?" And he said, "Well, I'll not beat around the bush. I'll just tell you the truth." He said, "I left work early today. I went down to one of the bars in Victoria Street. There I met this absolutely gorgeous young woman. We had a few drinks, and then I went back to her place. And that's where I've been ever since." His wife said, "Don't give me that nonsense. You've been working in the lab again, haven't you?" Okay, how many minutes?